Success, what is it? Where does it lie? In wealth, in fame, in power? And if it's something we can achieve, why is it that the more we chase it, the further it seems to run away from us? You see, the paradox of success is that the more you pursue it, the more elusive it becomes. It's like a butterfly. If you chase it, it flies further away, but if you sit still, it might just land on your shoulder. So many people live their lives constantly striving, reaching, and running after something that they think will make them whole, something called success. But the truth is, it's an illusion, an endless treadmill that doesn't lead to fulfillment. Happiness is not found in a goal or an accomplishment. It's not found in a pile of gold or a long list of titles. True happiness arises when you stop running, when you cease striving. You cannot find peace in the future, because the future is always ahead of you, always moving forward. When you are caught in this endless chase, you miss the present, which is all you ever truly have. The more you chase success, the more you live in the future. You think, once I have this, I will be happy. But when that this arrives, it's never enough. There is always another mountain to climb, another achievement to attain. The pursuit of success keeps you trapped in a perpetual state of wanting, never allowing you to be content with what you have, who you are, and where you are in this moment. You are already whole. You don't need success to complete you, for you are already complete in your being. Life doesn't require validation from external achievements. It requires presence, awareness, and acceptance of what is. We are told by society that success is the measure of our worth. Yet success is nothing but a fleeting idea, a subjective construct that changes with every passing day, every shifting trend. What do we gain by chasing success? Stress, anxiety, disconnection from ourselves, and a sense of emptiness that can never be filled by anything external. The more we strive for success, the more we disconnect from the present, from the simple joys of being alive, of being here, now. So why chase something that is only a shadow? Instead, embrace the beauty of being. Real success, if it must be called that, is the quiet joy that arises from living fully in the moment. It's the recognition that you don't need to chase anything because you already have it all. True fulfillment comes when you stop running, when you let go of the chase and realize that the only thing you were ever really after was the peace of being yourself, just as you are. The paradox of success is a curious thing, isn't it? The more you chase it, the more it slips away. It's almost as if success itself is aware of your pursuit, and becomes a little more elusive with every step you take toward it. We live in a world that has created a very strange idea of success, one that is rooted in the future, one that promises fulfillment, but only at the end of a long and tiresome road. We are taught from a young age that success is something to be attained, something to be reached, something to be grabbed. But the moment you begin to chase it, it seems to move further away from you, like a mirage just beyond the horizon. Now ask yourself, what is success really? Is it the accumulation of wealth? Is it the recognition of your efforts by others? Or is it simply the ability to wake up each morning and feel alive, content, and at peace with what you have, with who you are? The problem is, when we chase success, we often tie it to external markers. Things like money, status, titles, accomplishments. We believe that if we just work hard enough, sacrifice enough, and climb high enough, we will arrive at success, and then, finally, we will be happy. But what is it that we're really chasing when we chase success? Is it happiness, peace of mind, fulfillment? Because if it is, then we are chasing the wrong thing. Happiness is not something you can chase. It cannot be acquired like a trophy. Happiness is a state of being, a way of living, not a destination you reach once you've crossed enough off your to-do list. And so we find ourselves in this strange dance, running after something that's always just beyond our grasp, chasing after something that, by its very nature, slips away the more we pursue it. This is the paradox. The more you try to force success into your life, the more it slips through your fingers. It's as though success is a living thing, a creature that responds to the energy you put into chasing it. When you chase it with desperation, with anxiety, with a feeling of lack, success moves further away from you. It's only when you stop, when you cease the chase, that success appears. The moment you let go of the need to control it, the moment you stop running after it, you find that it was there all along, quietly waiting for you to notice it. We often think that success is a linear path, a series of steps we must climb, but life is not linear. It's not a straight line, and success, too, is not a straight line. The more you chase after success, the more you become consumed by the idea of it, the less you are able to enjoy the present moment. The more you focus on the future and the outcome, the less you are able to appreciate the richness of the journey itself. We live in a world that tells us to keep moving, to keep striving, to never stop and rest, to always be aiming for the next thing. But if you never stop to look around, you will miss the beauty of the world around you. If you are constantly running after success, you miss the joy that exists right now, in this very moment. The true magic of life is in the living of it, not in the accumulating of things or accolades. The moment you are able to let go of the chase, the moment you are able to be still and present, you begin to realize that success was never something to be pursued, but something to be experienced in every step along the way. Success is often defined by external measures. How much money you make, how many people admire you, how many awards you win. But these things are fleeting. They come and go, and the satisfaction they bring is temporary. True success, the kind that lasts, the kind that fills you with peace and contentment, is found not in the things you collect, but in the way you live your life. It's found in the way you relate to the world, in the way you relate to yourself. The more you seek fulfillment outside of yourself, the more you chase something that will always remain just out of reach. But when you turn inward, when you stop running after the illusion of success, you find that everything you ever needed was already within you. It's the irony of life, the great cosmic joke. We run after success, we chase it with all our might, but the moment we stop, the moment we release our grip, we find that it was never something to chase at all. Success, in its truest sense, is a byproduct of living fully, of embracing the present moment with open arms and a peaceful heart. It's not a goal to be reached. It's the result of living authentically, of being true to yourself, of finding contentment in what is, rather than what might be. So stop running, stop chasing, take a breath, look around, and realize that success isn't something you need to attain. It's something that comes naturally when you stop trying so hard. True happiness is not something you can find outside of yourself. It is not buried in the things you acquire, the titles you hold, or the achievements you unlock. We live in a world that encourages us to look for happiness in everything external. The car we drive, the house we live in, the clothes we wear, the friends we have. We are told that success, wealth, and possessions are the key to happiness, and that once we achieve them, we will finally feel fulfilled. But the more we chase these things, the more we find that they never quite deliver what we expect. The moment we get one thing, we want something else. We climb the ladder of success, but when we reach the top, we discover that it was leaning against the wrong wall. The truth is, happiness does not reside in external circumstances. It does not live in the future, in some distant goal that we set for ourselves. It is not something we can acquire or possess. Happiness is not something that can be pursued as an object. It is something that arises naturally when we stop chasing it. It is a state of being, a way of living in the present moment, fully aware of who we are, without attachment to anything outside of ourselves. When we are constantly seeking happiness in external achievements or possessions, we are looking for something that cannot be found in those things. Achievements and possessions are temporary, they are fleeting. They come and go, and with them the happiness they bring also fades. A new car may bring you joy for a short time, but the excitement will wear off as it becomes just another object, no different from the things that came before it. A new job may give you a sense of pride, but once the novelty wears off, you are left wondering what's next. The more we tie our happiness to these things, the more we set ourselves up for disappointment, because we are forever chasing something that is always just out of reach. True happiness is found in the quiet moments of life, in the spaces between the noise, in the simplicity of being. It is found when we stop and breathe, when we allow ourselves to simply exist without the need to prove anything, without the need for validation. Happiness is found when we are present, when we embrace the now, when we stop looking for fulfillment in things and start finding it within ourselves. When we look within, we realize that happiness is not something that is given to us, nor is it something that can be taken away. It is an inherent part of who we are, always available, always present, if only we take the time to notice it. The mind often clouds this simple truth, always searching for something more, always striving for the next big thing. But when we let go of this constant striving, we find that the happiness we were looking for was always here within us, waiting to be recognized. This does not mean that we should abandon the pursuit of goals or the enjoyment of life's pleasures. It simply means that we must shift our perspective. We must understand that our happiness does not depend on external achievements or possessions. It is not something that comes from what we have or what we do. It is something that arises when we are at peace with ourselves, when we accept ourselves as we are, without the need for validation from the outside world. In the moment we stop looking for happiness in things and start looking for it within, we find that it was never lost in the first place. It is always there, just beneath the surface of our thoughts, quietly waiting for us to notice it. True happiness is a reflection of our connection to the present moment, to our true selves. It is not bound by time, space, or circumstance. It is the natural state of being, available to us whenever we choose to step into it. So, let go of the chase. Let go of the idea that happiness is something to be attained. Allow yourself to rest in the knowledge that you are already whole, that happiness is not something you need to seek, but something you need only to allow. It is already within you, always has been, and always will be. The only thing required is the willingness to recognize it, to be present with it, to embrace it fully. This is the key to true happiness, finding it within, not in the things you acquire or the goals you achieve, but in the simple act of being yourself. The illusion of success is built on a foundation of constant striving, a never-ending pursuit that promises fulfillment, but never quite delivers it. We are taught from a young age that success is something we must chase, that it is a distant shore we can only reach through hard work, sacrifice, and relentless ambition. Success is portrayed as the ultimate goal, the pinnacle of human achievement, something that will bring us happiness, peace, and a sense of purpose once we reach it. But the reality is that success, as we commonly understand it, is nothing more than an illusion, a mirage that slips further from our grasp the more we reach for it. We live in a world that equates success with outward markers: wealth, power, status, recognition. These are the things we are told will bring us contentment. The more we accumulate, the more we achieve, the more we check off our to-do lists, the closer we will come to this thing called success. But in the pursuit of these external achievements, we become trapped in a cycle of endless striving. forever chasing something that never truly satisfies. We are led to believe that success is something to be earned, that it is a reward for our hard work, but the truth is, success, as we define it, is a fleeting and hollow thing. It is not a destination, it is a concept, a construct of the mind, a false idol we worship in the hopes that it will bring us meaning. The irony, of course, is that the more we chase success, the more we lose sight of what truly matters. The more we focus on the future, the more we disregard the present. Success, in the way we think of it, is always ahead of us, always just out of reach. We think, once I get that promotion, then I'll be happy. Once I have more money, I'll feel secure. Once I reach this milestone, I'll finally feel fulfilled. But each time we reach one of these markers, we find that it was not the source of happiness we imagined it would be. Instead, it only spurs us on to the next goal, the next step in an unending cycle of striving. What we fail to realize is that the very act of striving, of chasing success, creates a gap between where we are and where we think we need to be. We become so focused on the destination that we miss the journey. Life in all its beauty is happening right now, in the present moment, and yet we are so fixated on what we don't have, on what we need to achieve, that we overlook the richness of what already exists around us. The illusion of success keeps us running, keeps us in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction, constantly reaching for something outside of ourselves. True fulfillment cannot be found in the pursuit of success, because success, as we understand it, is always fleeting. The joy that comes with achieving a goal is temporary, and once that joy fades, we are left with the same feeling of emptiness that we were trying to fill in the first place. The more we chase external validation, the more we attach our sense of worth to our accomplishments, the more we reinforce the illusion that success is something that will bring us lasting happiness. But this is a trap. The more we strive, the more we lose ourselves in the pursuit, forgetting that happiness is not found in the outcome, but in the experience itself, in the simple act of being present. The key to breaking free from the illusion of success is to recognize that success is not a goal to be achieved, but a state of mind to be embraced. True success comes not from what we do, but from how we do it. It comes from being fully engaged in the present moment, from finding meaning in the process, rather than the outcome. When we shift our focus from the need to achieve to the joy of simply living, we discover that success was never something to be chased, but something that arises naturally when we stop running. In this sense, success is not an external force that we have to conquer, but an internal state of alignment, of living authentically with the world around us. It is a recognition that our worth is not determined by what we accomplish, but by who we are. The more we let go of the need for constant striving, the more we allow ourselves to simply be, to experience life without the weight of expectation. When we stop chasing success, we find that it was never something we needed to chase in the first place. It is not something outside of us, but something within us, always available, always present, if we are willing to stop and notice. The illusion of success, built on the foundation of constant striving, is a creation of the mind. It is a story we tell ourselves, a narrative we cling to, believing that happiness is somewhere in the future, somewhere beyond our grasp. But true success, true fulfillment, is found in the quiet moments, in the acceptance of what is, in the peace that arises when we stop running. The paradox is that when we stop chasing success, we finally find it, and in that moment we realize that we were never separate from it. It was always with us, just waiting for us to stop and breathe. Success is not a destination but a journey, and yet, The pursuit of it often traps us in the future, away from the present moment. We live in a world obsessed with goals, achievements, and progress. From a young age we are taught to look ahead, to plan for the future, to measure our worth by the markers of success that society has laid out before us. Once I graduate, I'll be happy. Once I get that promotion, I'll be fulfilled. Once I have enough money, I can finally relax. We believe that success is a point we must reach, a destination that promises to bring us everything we need. But in chasing this ideal, we find ourselves endlessly running, forever trying to get somewhere, never realizing that success is not something to be arrived at, but something to be experienced along the way. When we treat success as a destination, we create a false sense of separation between where we are now and where we think we need to be. We place our happiness, our sense of fulfillment, in the future, in the "when I have this, then I'll be happy" mindset. And yet, as we constantly chase after these future goals, we miss the present moment, the only moment that truly exists. The more we focus on the future, the more we lose sight of the richness of the journey itself, the experiences, the lessons, and the beauty that unfolds with each step. The pursuit of success keeps us trapped in the future because it is always about what's next, what comes after. We are taught that we must keep striving, keep achieving, and keep moving forward. But this focus on the future comes at a cost. It disconnects us from the now. It takes us away from the joy of simply being, from the beauty of the moment that is unfolding around us. We become so fixated on what we have yet to accomplish that we forget to appreciate what we already have, where we already are. This is the paradox of success. The more we chase it, the more we delay our experience of it. We look to the future as the place where happiness and fulfillment reside, and as a result, we are never truly happy in the present. We convince ourselves that once we achieve that next thing, be it a career milestone, financial security, or social recognition, we will finally feel complete. But in the meantime, life passes by, fleeting and precious, while we remain fixated on what is to come, always putting off our happiness for a future that may never look quite as we imagine. The truth is, success is not something that is achieved in a single moment, in a particular goal or outcome. Success is a continuous unfolding, a journey, not a destination. It is the result of how we live, how we engage with the present moment, how we approach the ups and downs of life. It is found in the process, not in the outcome. The more we focus on the process, on the journey itself, the more we come to realize that success is something we experience each and every day, not something we wait for in the future. When we stop seeing success as a distant destination and start viewing it as an ongoing journey, we release ourselves from the trap of constantly striving. We stop putting off our happiness for some future moment that may never come. Instead, we begin to appreciate the here and now, the small victories, the lessons learned, the growth that takes place in the process. Success becomes less about what we have yet to achieve and more about how we live each moment with intention, with presence, with gratitude. In this way, success is not defined by the external accomplishments that society often measures it by. It is not about the house you own, the job title you hold, or the wealth you accumulate. True success is about how you approach life, how you find meaning in the everyday moments, how you cultivate peace, contentment, and joy within yourself, regardless of what you have or do not have. It is about living authentically, aligning with your true purpose, and embracing the journey with all of its twists and turns. So, let go of the idea that success is something that can be obtained in the future. Stop waiting for some distant moment when everything will be right and start living now. Recognize that the journey is the destination, that success is not a point to reach but a way of being. When you embrace the journey, when you let go of the need to constantly chase after something, you will find that success was always with you. It was never a distant goal, but a way of experiencing life in its fullest, right here, right now. And in that realization, you will discover the true essence of success, not in the future, but in the present moment. Life is fleeting, and yet we often find ourselves caught in the relentless pursuit of success, blind to the beauty of the present moment. We are constantly looking ahead, driven by the belief that success will bring us the fulfillment we crave. We chase after goals, accumulating achievements, and measuring our worth by external markers of success. But in doing so, we miss the truth that the essence of life, the joy we seek, is not found in the future, not in the next achievement, but in the present moment that slips through our fingers while we're not paying attention. From the time we are children, we are conditioned to look forward. We are taught to work hard, to strive, to push toward the future. Once you finish school, you'll have a career. Once you have a career, you'll have financial stability. Once you have stability, you'll be happy. But this endless pursuit of the future creates a paradox. The more we chase success, the more we delay our happiness, as if joy can only be found in some distant moment yet to come. The truth is, success, as we commonly define it, is a mirage, an illusion. When we finally reach the goal we've been striving toward, we find that it doesn't provide the lasting satisfaction we expected. And in the meantime, life continues to pass us by. We become so focused on what's next, what we have to do, what we need to achieve, what we are yet to become, that we lose sight of the present. The beauty of life exists not in what we have, but in the simple act of being. The joy we seek is not hidden in the future. It is right here, in the moments we rush past in our drive for success. Life unfolds in the present, in the experiences we have each day, in the people we meet, in the sights, sounds, and sensations that surround us. But we are so caught up in the illusion of what we still need to do, so blinded by the need for achievement, that we fail to notice the richness of what is happening right now. The pursuit of success often keeps us trapped in a state of constant striving, a state where we are never quite content, never quite at peace, always looking for the next thing, the next milestone. We think that success will bring us the sense of security and happiness we long for, but all it really does is perpetuate the cycle of dissatisfaction. We achieve one thing, and then we feel the pressure to achieve something more. We find ourselves caught in a loop, forever chasing something that is always just out of reach, forever postponing the peace and joy that we think will come once we reach the next goal. But the truth is, life is not about the future. It is about the now. Happiness, fulfillment, and contentment are not things that can be found in some distant moment that we create in our minds. They are not products of our achievements, our status, or our possessions. They are found in the present moment, in the act of fully experiencing life as it is, right here, right now. The beauty of life is not something that can be captured in the future. It is something that is available to us at all times, if we only take the time to notice it. Life is fleeting, and we do not know how much time we have. The pursuit of success can be a worthy endeavor, but it should never come at the cost of living fully in the present. The real question is not, what do I need to achieve next? But am I truly living right now? The more we shift our focus away from the future and toward the present, the more we find that success takes on a new meaning. It is not about what we have or what we do. It is about how we experience life in its fullness, how we engage with the world and the people around us, how we cultivate peace within ourselves. So, let go of the illusion that happiness and fulfillment are somewhere out there, in the future, waiting for you to achieve them. Stop postponing your joy for some distant moment when everything will be perfect. Life is already perfect, already rich with beauty and meaning, right here, right now. The key to true success is not in the future, but in how we live each moment, how we embrace the fleeting nature of life, and how we find gratitude for the present. When we stop chasing success and start living, we discover that everything we were looking for was already here. Life is not something to be achieved. It is something to be lived. And in that simple realization, we find true happiness. You are already whole, and success doesn't complete you. It's a powerful, yet often overlooked truth, one that seems to elude many of us in the frantic pursuit of external accomplishments. From the moment we are born, we are told that success is something to be achieved, a goal to reach, an external marker that somehow validates our worth. We are conditioned to believe that success is the final piece of the puzzle, the thing that will make us complete, fulfilled, and at peace. But the truth is that success, in the way we often define it, is not what defines us. It doesn't make us whole. We are already complete, already whole, just as we are. The idea that we need to accomplish something in order to be worthy of happiness, contentment, or fulfillment is one of the greatest illusions we live under. We tie our self-worth to external factors, our career, our bank account, our social status, our achievements. We chase after success with the belief that it will fill the emptiness we feel inside, that it will somehow transform us into the person we think we should be. But the reality is that success doesn't fill any void. It simply shifts our focus from one external goal to the next, perpetuating a cycle of striving, reaching, and never truly arriving. When we view success as the thing that will complete us, we set ourselves up for perpetual dissatisfaction. Each goal we achieve is fleeting. The excitement of reaching a milestone quickly fades, replaced by the longing for the next one. And in the pursuit of these future goals, we often miss the richness of the present moment. We forget to look inward, to see the wholeness that already resides within us. We are constantly looking for something outside ourselves to make us feel whole, but the truth is, we don't need anything to complete us. We are already complete, just as we are. The constant pursuit of success leads us to believe that we are not enough on our own, that we need to prove ourselves, to accomplish something, to gain validation from the world around us. But the paradox is this: in our striving for something outside ourselves, we lose touch with our own inherent worth. We forget that success does not define us. It does not determine our value. You are already enough, already whole, and nothing outside of you can change that. Success, as is commonly defined, is often fleeting, hollow, and temporary. The joy we feel when we reach a goal is often short-lived, leaving us craving more. And with each new pursuit, we find that we are still chasing something that promises fulfillment, but never truly delivers. The more we achieve, the more we believe that we must achieve even more to feel complete. But in doing so, we overlook the truth that fulfillment is not found in the next goal or the next achievement. It is found in accepting who we are in this very moment, without needing to prove anything to anyone. When we stop seeing success as something that will complete us, we can begin to appreciate the present moment. We can let go of the need to constantly strive and instead focus on living fully in the now. True fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from within. It comes from recognizing that you are already whole, that you don't need to chase after anything to feel complete. You are already enough, exactly as you are. The more we embrace this truth, the more we can live with peace, joy, and gratitude, knowing that success is not something to be attained. It is something we already possess in the simple act of being ourselves. Success, in the traditional sense, may bring temporary pleasure, but it does not bring lasting fulfillment. The idea that we need to prove our worth through accomplishments creates a cycle of endless striving that can never be satisfied. When we stop chasing after success as a means of completing ourselves, we discover that the real joy lies in accepting ourselves as we are. We are not incomplete, we are not broken, we are not missing anything. We are whole just as we are. And when we recognize that truth, we can begin to live a life of true fulfillment, free from the endless need for external validation. So, let go of the belief that success is what will make you whole. You are already whole. You don't need anything outside yourself to feel complete. True peace and fulfillment come from within, from the recognition that you are enough, just as you are. Success may be a byproduct of living fully, but it is not the source of your worth. Your worth is inherent. You are already complete, and once you realize this, you will discover a sense of contentment and happiness that no external success can ever provide. The concept of success is subjective, and yet, so many of us live as if it were a universally agreed upon definition. We are told time and again what success looks like: a good job, financial stability, a family, a home, recognition, the approval of others. Society provides us with a set of standards, a template for what it means to make it in life. We are constantly bombarded by these ideals, and over time we internalize them, believing that they are the only path to fulfillment. But success, in its truest form, is deeply personal, and its meaning varies from one person to the next. The idea that there is one definition of success for everyone is an illusion, and this illusion keeps us trapped in a cycle of comparison, competition, and constant striving. When we follow societal expectations, we often lose sight of our own desires, our own values, and our own path. We chase after success defined by others, not realizing that their version of success may not resonate with who we truly are. The expectations of society, whether they come from family, peers, or the media, are often based on a narrow, materialistic view of what it means to be successful. But what happens when we achieve all that the world tells us we should? What if we reach the pinnacle of success according to societal standards, and yet we still feel unfulfilled, empty, or disconnected? This is the paradox of external success. It is not inherently meaningful, nor is it a guarantee of happiness or contentment. True success is found in living in alignment with our own inner values, desires, and purpose, not in conforming to the external expectations that society places upon us. It is about finding fulfillment in our own journey, embracing the things that bring us joy, and living authentically. What is success to one person may look vastly different to another. For some, success might mean having a family and a stable job, while for others it might mean creative freedom, adventure, or making a meaningful impact in their community. The beauty of success lies in its diversity. It can be anything that reflects who we are as individuals, not a one-size-fits-all definition handed down by the world. The problem arises when we blindly accept society's definition of success without questioning it, without examining whether it truly aligns with our own desires. We compare ourselves to others, measuring our worth based on their achievements or their status, forgetting that we are all on different paths. This comparison traps us in a constant race, where we are never satisfied because there is always someone ahead of us, someone with more, someone who seems to have figured it all out. But success is not about keeping up with anyone else. It is about embracing our own unique journey and recognizing that we are enough just as we are. The pressure to conform to society's expectations can be overwhelming, especially in a world that values external markers of success: money, fame, power. But when we break free from this mold, when we let go of the idea that success is defined by others, we begin to see that fulfillment comes from within. It is not in the approval of society or the accumulation of material wealth that we find our true worth. It is in living authentically, in being true to ourselves, and in cultivating meaning in our own lives. We must learn to trust our own definition of success, even if it looks different from the societal standard. Success, when defined by society, is often fleeting and shallow. It's based on the acquisition of external things, things that can be lost, changed, or taken away. But when success is defined by our own values, it becomes something deeper, something that cannot be taken from us. It becomes a reflection of who we are and how we choose to live, not a reflection of what others think we should be. In the end, the concept of success is a mirror reflecting not just the values of society, but also the values we hold within ourselves. Success is not about achieving what others think we should achieve. It's about aligning with our own truth and living a life that is meaningful to us. When we embrace this subjective nature of success, we free ourselves from the chains of comparison and external validation. We realize that we are already on the right path, that our journey is unique, and that the only success that truly matters is the one that comes from within. So, let go of society's definition of success, and instead ask yourself, what does success look like to you? Only when we live in accordance with our own truth do we find the happiness and fulfillment that we have been seeking all along. The pursuit of success, as it is so often defined, can lead us down a path of anxiety, stress, and disconnection from our true selves. We are conditioned to think that success is the answer to everything, our sense of purpose, our validation, our happiness. We are taught that the more we achieve, the more we will be at peace, the more we will feel whole. Yet, in the very pursuit of this success, we often find ourselves more disconnected, more restless, and more dissatisfied than ever before. The pressure to succeed, to prove ourselves, to reach that next milestone, can create a constant sense of anxiety. We measure ourselves against others, constantly comparing our progress to those around us. In a world that demands more, better, faster, we are left feeling as though we are never enough. We push ourselves to the brink, hoping that once we reach the top, once we achieve the goals we've set, everything will fall into place. But success as a pursuit can be all-consuming. The more we chase it, the more it slips away, and we are left with a feeling of emptiness, as if we've spent all our time climbing a ladder only to discover it was leaning against the wrong wall. This constant striving creates a cycle of stress and exhaustion. We work longer hours, sacrifice our well-being, and neglect our relationships in the name of success. We convince ourselves that it will all be worth it in the end. But the truth is, the pursuit of success often comes at a cost. We give up our time, our energy, and our peace in exchange for something that may never truly bring the fulfillment we seek. In the process, we lose touch with what really matters, the present moment, the simple joys of life, and the connection to our true selves. As we chase after success, we can become disconnected from the very essence of who we are. We become so focused on external achievements that we forget to nurture our inner world. Our sense of worth becomes tied to what we do, what we have, and what we accomplish. But when success is defined by external measures, we are always at the mercy of what is outside of us. If we fail to achieve something, or if the success we gain is fleeting, we are left feeling unworthy, as though we are not enough. We forget that our worth is not determined by our accomplishments or our status. It is inherent simply because we are. The anxiety that arises from the constant pursuit of success is often a reflection of the disconnect between who we are and who we think we should be. We lose sight of our own values, desires, and needs, as we become caught up in a world that tells us we must be something other than what we already are. We try to fit into a mold that was never meant for us, and in doing so, we lose our authenticity. We chase after someone else's idea of success, and in the process, we forget to listen to our own inner voice, our own intuition. This disconnection from our true selves can lead to a sense of emptiness. No matter how much we achieve, it never feels like enough. Success, when defined by the external world, can only provide temporary satisfaction. The sense of accomplishment fades, and we are left longing for more. But the truth is, the fulfillment we seek is not found in achievements or accolades. It is found in the quiet moments of self-awareness, in the act of being present, in the connection to our own truth. The more we pursue success without recognizing the inherent value in who we are, the more we disconnect from our true selves. We become so focused on what we need to do that we forget to appreciate who we already are. We start to believe that success is what will make us whole, and yet it only leaves us feeling more fragmented. The constant striving to be more, to do more, to have more, creates a sense of never being enough. The antidote to this disconnection is to slow down and reconnect with the present moment. It is to remember that we are already whole, that we don't need to achieve anything to be worthy of love, peace, or happiness. True success is not about reaching some future goal, but about living authentically in the now, about being true to who we are in this very moment. When we release the pressure to constantly strive, we allow ourselves to return to the peace and contentment that lie within. It is in this space of self-acceptance and inner peace that we can find true fulfillment, not in the frantic pursuit of something outside of us, but in the quiet realization that we are enough, just as we are. So, let go of the belief that success is the answer to all your questions. Let go of the idea that you need to be more, do more, or have more in order to be complete. True happiness, true peace, and true success come from within. They come from embracing who you are right here, right now, without the need for constant validation or external achievement. The pursuit of success may bring temporary pleasure, but it is in the embrace of our own being, in the acceptance of who we are, that we find lasting peace and fulfillment.